I put 48 question mark.
Question. All right. Welcome, everyone, to the next chapter in Diaries of the Wimpy Graviturgist, the Noctua. So, the morning of this day, you guys woke and prepared yourself for just what was supposed to be just a glorious day for your group. Going to the victory pit and signing up for some monster slaying, some good old fun, and an opportunity to make a hell of a purse. Upon entering the battle, you easily dismissed of the blight vine creatures. As a couple groups went down, it became your turn in the second round, where this blue-skinned aberration, with this long, like, spear almost, part of its hand came out. You guys destroyed it in like one round. You stuck to what you do, and you kicked ass. And that's when you notice this little disc float almost like a silver coin, and then as it came closer to the ground, it expanded out, and once it impacted the ground, a huge portal opened where this monstrous devil, black skin with just these red pulsating veins and wisps of fire emanating off of him, exited that portal along with 3 spined creatures, flying devils. Right away, you put the devils down and squared up with this big demon as Alton noticed the shift in the darkness spell above him and just this glowing orb of fire coming at you guys. He quickly counterspelled it. And then Tyrannus, Shadowbane, almost colorless creature with this ornate headpiece with horns that came up. He had 2 like shadow spectral wings flapping off of him, and this just intimidating sword confronted you. And then his first strike was all that was needed to drop Alton. And then he did it again and again. Well, you guys touched him with your weapons and your spells. As the rounds went on, he lifted up above the spell, the darkness spell. The gates were opened as some righteous brand soldiers ran onto the arena and offered an exit, a way out for you guys. Taking a brief second, you guys decided that it was time. You exited out of the victory pit, Connell leading the way, dodging through all of these like little back alleys, came to one main intersection where you looked and there was a group of City Watch soldiers, swords out, shields with Kryn Dynasty warriors, just stabbing, and then one of them summoned up this large spider that just started puncturing and eating them alive. As that little battle ended, you waited for them to pass, cross the road, dive down a couple more alleyways, which led you at a T intersection. And you could see about 60, 70 feet away your 4-story abode. And you also see, now the streets are somewhat littered with panic, just mass chaos for like Mrs. Jones and Mr. Potter across the way, and all of those guys. You see a couple of them screaming. And then you look around and you can see a couple of the houses. It looks like they've like shut their windows, and it's like the grumpy old man on Halloween, just shutting down so no one bothers him. And that's when these three individuals come from the one side of your house. An oil lantern goes right on the front door, lights up. The other two release flame from their hands, burning up to the third store balcony and the roof on the fourth floor. And that's where we pick up tonight. So, as all of you are breathing heavy, Alton, you have what? You failed 2 death saves? Or was it 3? I think it was only 2.
I failed 2.
Okay, so you have 2 points of exhaustion.
I failed 2.
Okay.
Yes.
So as they do this, they look around. Roll me a stealth check for all you guys, please.
$30.
30. Okay.
4.
4. Sweet.
5.
5.
11.
11.
22.
Was that a disadvantage? You have
Yeah,
exhaustion.
no, 1 second.
So all skill checks are at disadvantage, and I forget what level 2 does. It's level 2 is where it gets fun.
Oh boy.
9.
A 9?
A 9.
Okay. I'd say Tushar and Connell were out front of the alleyway, right? And 30 and 11 with their rolls, that average is more than them. So they don't notice you. It's like 16. Wait, hold on. Let's
I got that 30.
Yeah. I had 18. I had 18 on my perception. So, and none of you had natural ones, even though your stealths were low. You're not obviously making noise, you're just not hiding. But you are tucked down in this alleyway. They turn, look around, and then you see 2 of them go off down in between, like, the building next to you, and the other one darts off down the far end of the road. What are you doing?
As soon as I see the way clear to our house, I will let Tushar run through. Because I had just stopped him from running out in front of them.
Yeah, he's pissed. You better let me go.
And I'll just like peek around the corner as soon as they pass. I'll just move my arm and let him go.
So, like, he does, like, super sweet monk stuff to get around people.
Okay.
Just dancing whatever around people.
Yeah. Diving through the city streets. 40 feet.
So,
you can get about 20 feet from your house with just your regular movement. And as soon as you like start approaching, even from this distance, you feel some of that heat from the flames just as like the lower window cracks a little bit and just air sucks in.
So I'm gonna start using Ray of Frost to get some of the stuff that I can reach, the fire.
Okay. All right.
Trying not to damage, but like just extinguish.
That's. I mean, you guys are a higher level. Roll to hit, and we'll see if you can hit the part of the flame that will put it out.
As he runs there, I want to just keep a lookout for any
Make a perception check.
danger.
That was a 13.
13? Okay, roll for damage.
Yeah.
19 on perception.
Okay.
It's a 12.
Alrighty. 12. As you release the first one of the big fire that was taking up part of the third tier balcony. That's easy enough for you to try to aim and not damage your building. I mean, if you try to put out the fire with a ray of frost, like your front door fire, yeah, you're probably gonna ruin the door too. But that's your call. So that's one. What? Anything else? What are you guys doing? Is we just got into the scene, Tim, from the description.
I'm just hobbling along. Hopefully, I've got someone to lean on.
I'll lead
Yeah.
the group through as I'm looking around,
Okay.
over to the house.
So you guys are gonna move over. As you approach the house, the flames are getting stronger and hotter, even though Tushar did manage to knock one on the third store balcony, probably close to Marlowe's room. What room were you, Marlo?
I was in a B5.
B5. So it would be,
Or excuse me, B6. It was Alton is in B5.
yeah, it's B6 that the fire went out in front of. So it's your room.
Thank you, Tushar, but I can help, but it might do more damage than it's worth trying. Unless, okay. Oh shit. Can I cast a third level spell?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, solid.
I want to cast a third level tidal wave. Being careful to splash the water up into the front door and extinguish that fire.
Okay.
And then
yeah, I mean that tidal wave is fucking huge, right?
The tidal wave is gigantic.
I know it's 30 feet long and 10 feet wide, but I'm hoping to back it up a little bit so it's not as forceful on the foundation of the house.
If I see Marlowe doing that, I could cast a gust of wind in the like kind of opposite direction to try to like stop the inertia of the tidal wave to just have the water drop.
Oh, you know what? I yeah, if that's what you guys want to do, I like the visual of Tushar running up and launching his frost bolt, and then Marlowe in the background comes down with her staff, and you see just this from the well, like 10 feet behind you, just this like reverse dripping, leaking faucet, and it forms into this just barreling wave that rips down right beside Tushar, and then Brightbeard comes in and just hits it with a gust of wind, tossing it, enveloping the building. Let's see here. Now, what are the mechanics for tidal wave?
Give me 1 second. You conjure up a wave of water that crashes down in an area within range. It's 30 feet long and 10 feet wide and up to 10 feet tall. I'm going to not make it as tall, just so it's not as forceful. Each creature in the area must make a dexterity save. It does some bludgeoning damage and knocked prone if you fail. Water spreads out in the direction and continues on the ground, extinguishing unprotected flames in an area of 30 feet and then vanishes.
So, if it helps, gust of wind is a 60-foot line, 10 feet, 60-foot long, 10 feet wide blast. So my thought is as the tidal wave is coming down, I want to gust of wind it up a little bit to try to disperse it over the building.
Can both of you roll me a spell casting check, please? Like a D20, D20 plus your spell casting modifier. I just want to see how well you can control your spells.
Sure.
I wish I could help.
12 plus 5 is a 17 for Marlowe.
11 plus 4 is a 15 for
Oh,
Bright.
add your proficiency, like you're to hit with spells. Yeah.
19.
At 21.
20. Perfect. Yeah. Actually, with that, as the gust comes up, as you like see the water just barreling towards the door, brings it straight up all the way to the top, like a geyser exploding, and the steam water flames, all the massive flames fizzle out, and you just see just a couple small flickers of maybe just a residual hot piece of wood. But
any of the residuals, as the residuals come, I'll prestidigitation them out.
I'll use some shape water too, with some of the water left over to.
I will also shape water.
Okay. I'm gonna say with that too, you guys manage not to break any of the glass with those rolls. That's an average of a 20. That's pretty damn good, for what you're trying to do. So you see, like, as the water settles, like that mist, I mean, it's burnt, but it had about 2-3 rounds worth of fire. You guys put it out pretty quick. There's some scar marks and some burn marks and stuff on it. You can definitely tell, but so far from the outside, it doesn't look to be anything structural.
I can cover that with vines. No worries.
We should get off the street.
This was obviously a targeted attack too.
So are you guys gonna make your way into your house?
Let's get inside.
Okay.
Lead the way.
Someone.
I help Alton stumble into the house.
I'll wait at the door and go in last as I get people in. Just still keeping an eye out.
Okay. You guys, assisting each other, keeping an eye. What was your perception check?
It was a 19.
19? Okay. Filing in one by one. The floor is a little damp from the water, that splashed under the door and stuff. It's fucking trashed in here. It looks like the house was turned immediately. As you walk in the front door, you can see you had that table, like that open area dining room with the fireplace. The chairs are flipped. All the cushions are cut. The table that had some silverware and leftover, like just glasses and tankards and stuff from your breakfast that morning, are scattered all over the place.
Were they looking for something? Someone.
Well, judging by the message,
Just
they definitely
sending a
turned it over.
message. I'm sorry.
Have you
What
checked the rest of
message?
the house?
Yeah, let's check the rest of the house before we come to conclusions.
All right.
I'm going to go check my room.
Same.
It's tossed. Mattresses are flipped. Anything that had any organization in your room, I would say for everybody. You guys said that you brought the bag of holding with you. I know that. Brightbeard,
Thankfully, yes.
did you have your bag on you?
I wouldn't think so. Coming to a fight.
Okay. When you get to your room and you start like tossing through everything, like trying to go right to your bag. You had the Luxon beacon in there. It's gone.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's gone. Everybody that was in the stock, roll me a history check. I'm gonna do this just to.
Was I in Dia stock?
You.
Yeah, we met you there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, actually, so that's everybody. All right.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The natural
Yeah.
20.
26.
It's an 11.
18.
A natural
11.
1.
I rolled a 1.
22 in total.
I think, Tushar, that you're probably like just distracted by the disrespect. You know, this is probably like one of like it's probably number one on like your.
It's one of the
Things you
first
hate.
houses he's ever had since leaving home.
Yeah, and it's trashed. It's against every moral thing that that you have in your body. So I'd say probably most of you come to the conclusion at once is like you're thinking about this. You did take a rod from the devils in Diastock. So, and that I remember you guys wrapped up and put in the bag of holding. So you still have that, but I mean, we play every other week, and we've ran this game for a year and 8 months. You look over some of those things. I don't know if you actually did, but with that history check, you remember that. And you remember that it was broken. Like it was one half of this, and these were needed to release the Twilight Phoenix. That's the rat. Or
Never mind. I was going to ask out a character, but I think I didn't record this, so
I
popping it
remember
in now.
you. I remember this going. I have it in my notes
All
because
right.
I'll write it down. If
could
you
I
put
have-
it in.
Could I have called it a scepter?
I think you called it either that was the scepter.
All right, so because I do have a rod of retribution, and next to it, it does have a note, custom item. Like it's. But all right, let me keep checking.
Okay, so, but I mean, along with going to your rooms and seeing anything else, any coin or any other valuables don't seem to really be touched. These were definitely targeted, looking for specific items. And you also all managed to put out any existing little flames while you're doing this. So your house is safe, a little stinky, but safe.
Redbeard's he's gonna head out of his room and sit on the bottom stair. Hands in his head. Hat off. Just contemplating.
Shit.
So,
Alton, where are you? Where's Alton?
look, I mean, I would. Where are you?
I'm here, but I desperately need some rest.
Get some rest. I'll head to Connell's room.
Okay.
I'm just there, tossing a dagger into the ceiling.
I shut the door. Alright.
You all right, Nemo?
I think I fouled up.
What happened?
I think this be my doing.
What you doing?
Back when we fought those Kryn in the forest. Took something.
You took something.
I
What did they have?
I'm not sure. I couldn't be sure. Had an inkling of what it might be. I didn't want to burden you all with it until I knew for sure. I think they came looking for it.
Tell me you had it on you.
I think they got what they were looking for.
You think they tossed our house for something you took? Well, what do you think it was?
Religious artifact of their people. If I remember correctly, Andy, I rolled well enough that I had an idea of what it was. An artifact of their people. Civilizations have waged war over this item. A beacon of sorts.
Didn't want to tell us about it.
I wanted to be sure, but now I think, and as I just kind of look around, I think I'm sure, lad. I think this attack on the city is my fault.
Well, I mean, we probably had a little bit to play in it, but
I think if I would have left it there, they wouldn't have come.
I mean, the Kryn might not have, but we know the one guy would have. You heard his voice. He was kind of pissed off.
I'm not sure those two are connected, though, lad.
I mean,
Maybe.
it'd be pretty coincidental if not.
Regardless, I do think this was my fault. I took it. A greedy pirate saw treasure and he took it.
I mean, taking things is no big deal.
When hundreds die at your hand because of your actions, lad.
We don't know if that's why they're all here. I mean, sure, taking something might have gotten a few people killed, but, you know, sometimes it's the price of business.
As you're having this conversation, you remember, you like think about those individuals that you saw burn your house. They weren't Kryn soldiers. They were more like cultists, robed.
You might be right, lad.
You mean like the ones we met at that place we got teleported to? Tower?
Oh yeah.
I think we've made enemies in multiple places, lad.
Well, that's what kind of happens when you're the heroes.
Right. We are the heroes, aren't we, lad?
So,
In a way.
you guys
Depends
heard,
whose version.
roll me a perception check. Yeah, anybody that's paying attention, please. Looking out the windows.
Nemo's not paying attention right now.
Okay.
Oh, good, because this is Marlo wants to take flight as a giant owl and look at the ensuing chaos around the town.
Perfect.
It'd be a 24.
All right.
I rolled a 15.
Okay. You guys can. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was.
If those ones took this beacon, it might be worse than the Kryn getting their hands back on it.
Well, what was it for? What's so special about it?
I looked into it, right, Andy?
Yeah.
Point.
Yeah.
I don't know that, but I looked into it. Saw possibility. Saw possible actions and some foreknowledge of sorts in my spirit, not in my mind. Gave me insight. Supernatural. Like something was guiding me.
Didn't give you the insight that someone would be trying to steal it.
Unfortunately, no. I should have known.
Well,
I was greedy.
there's nothing wrong with being greedy. It's only if you get caught.
Cost me much before. I open the door. Too much. I'll just kind of like leave it open and I'll.
Nemo, before you go, maybe let's not tell the others about this right now. Them get some sleep and maybe mention it in the morning.
Aye, lad. I could use some rest.
You look it.
You can see like Nemo's like in tears right now. Aye, lad.
You got your flask.
Huh?
You got your flask.
I'm not thirsty. And I'll just drop it on the ground and I'm just gonna walk downstairs.
I'll mage hand grab it and start drinking.
Connell's always.
I'm not even getting off the bed.
Marlo, as you proceed to your balcony and find your room ripped apart, and you look out and you can see dozens of fires all throughout the Interstead sprawl leading into the Penta Market. Just little burning house fires. You wild shape into an owl and take flight, climbing up so you can get the whole visual of the triangular pattern of Zadash. You swoop down, and as you come up to the Tri-Spires, like the walled-in noble district, you do see 4 or 5 platoons of righteous brand soldiers who have now just planted themselves outside the gates and is just taking on this invasion from the Kryn dynasty. You can't make anything out from your height, but you can see the battle going back and forth, and finally, with only 2 platoons left, they retreat and you see them close the walls, and archers come up from the top on the ramparts and just shoot down the remaining. And it's an epic scene, but as you fly over, the Tri-Spires is the only district that is safe. They've locked it down, and as like you fly past the walls of it, you can see people rushing into buildings, but there is no enemy on that side. Like, it's quarantined off. They have locked that part of the city down. But yeah, and with that perception check, when you do see enemies and stuff, they all are wearing Kryn dynasty like armor and such. This is an all-out attack.
I tell where these soldiers are getting their directions from, or is it kind of just chaos and they're looting and sacking the entire city? That's not except for the Tri-Spires.
So as you do fly around a little bit more, the what's it called? The lower, I don't want to call it slums, but the lower income area, which is I think it's like at the bottom center of the Tri-Spires. As you fly over it, it looks like they have control of that section already, and you can see a couple more companies just filtering in from the road from the Ash Keepers. And you're a map person, you never get lost. It's similarly the same, what would be latitude, which is your east and west boundaries, as the Ashgard garrison, where you took out the one little small squad of Kryn dynasties. It seems like they're filtering from that that side. And you guys heard that the Ashguard was overtaken from there. You saw the plans.
Yeah. I will fly back to my balcony, and as I come back, I will revert form.
Okay. Land.
I'm assuming I will find Alton first, as he's closest to me in his room.
Yeah. Passed
And
out.
I said,
You know, he's bloodied. The two massive scars, like that cut through your cloak, probably at your breast level and like your lower ridge cape level, as the dead, like the blows that he went unconscious are just nasty. Even though
I'd like to head up
healed-
to.
Yeah.
I'd like to head up to Alton's room
Okay.
if I saw that he was that hurt.
Yeah.
I,
Oh yeah.
I'm going to spend some time tending to his wounds while he's asleep.
I would just be hanging out on my balcony,
While Marlo does that, I'm gonna
watching the
place my
city.
hand- I'm gonna place my hand on Alton's head, like right here, and I'm gonna pump a 5th level Cure Wounds into him. That's 33 points of healing to Alton.
That's my max. Well, I'm max. I'm not saying anything. I'm asleep.
Yeah, you're healing. Like, you'll feel better, but the scars are so deep, and that blade must have been tainted. They are not closing up, and I mean, they cut through all of your tattoos, and they were right down to the bone.
I was just gonna ask.
Curled up.
I was waiting to like ask about the tattoos. Fuck you. All right.
Marlo will see. I'm guessing here, so tell me if I'm wrong. Nemo put his shaking hand on Alton's face, and perform some healing and see how nervous he is. Marlo will put her hand on Nemo's hand and kind of pull it off of Alton's face and say, I fear the only thing that can help him now is rest and time to heal. But I don't know if we can afford that from what I just saw out there. This whole city, the whole city is under attack. You know, they may have it under control in the wealthy districts, but who knows how long this is going to last. And we passed them on our way here.
The question is, do we stay put?
I think our best way out of here is Alton, and right now he needs rest. So
perhaps we waited out till morning then.
We might have to, but we should talk to the others, because we are only two in a flock.
Alas, whatever you say. You definitely see that Nemo is visibly shaken.
Both of you hear a vibrating, like coming from Alton's bag, like a.
It's just my pager. Don't look at it. That's not your property. Don't look at my pager.
Fuck you. You're asleep. I'm gonna take a look.
Okay.
I'm a curious lot.
It says hello, Moto.
It's his what's that? The life help me, I've fallen, the life support. The lifeline.
Life alert.
Life alert.
So you you quickly
Mr.
see.
Thornbeck, are you in a safe location?
I didn't even think about that. you see, Brightbeard. You just see this stone that has like a glyph on it, like 2 or 3 glyphs. And as you pull it out of the bag of holding, an illusion shows up, and it is this dark-skinned guy with a mustache, well-trimmed beard, very nice clothes, impeccable clothing on. Marlo, you're in the room. You know this as the Marquis Mata La'afu from Oz. And he looks at you and he goes, "Oh, we have not been introduced. Is any of the Noctua there?"
Yes, it is me, Marlo Mayflower. Is this the
I'll turn it to Marlo. I'll turn it to Marlo.
just like a Facebook portal, you know, little webcam, looks over to you. Oh, what is wrong?
I'm sorry you caught me at quite an inopportune time. It seems our wizard friend is indisposed at the moment.
I just wanted to call you, as I said I would to your leader, Alton. I got word back from the Clovis Concord, and they said at the spring festival in Port de Mali, the Marquis Olesa Lapidus he wants to welcome you guys to the ceremony and promote you, or give you pendants and recognize the good deeds you have done for the Menagerie Coast. So it's a couple months off, but just wanted to let you know. Seriously, where are you guys now?
I don't know if our current contracts allow us to say, but you know, if you've done business with Alton, you know how tight his contracts are. But yeah, I'm sure you'll hear soon. The day that happened today.
Well, I hope you guys are well, and I myself am looking forward to this, to pin these awards on you myself personally. This is a big deal, and we in Oz will always appreciate what you did for us.
It is quite an honor for us to have this award bestowed. I think that while I cannot speak on the rest of my party's behalf, I think they would be pleased to accept this award. I can't make any commitments, but I will promise to pass on this message to Alton and the others, and to give you a more solid answer when the timing is right.
Okay. Be safe. Ta-ta.
Be well.
And the illusion ends.
Man, Alton is really all business.
He always was.
Marla will, when she puts the phone down, she'll take it down. Nemo, do you have a piece of parchment and a pen?
Take a look.
Don't worry about it. I'll tell Alton when he wakes up.
I'm not one for writing.
Yeah. And I'll put what was it? A stone or
The stones.
what was the stone?
He gave you a stone that goes directly to him.
I will put the stone back into his pockets and his robes. I'm assuming that's where it was, right?
Well, we could say that. It was in the bag of holding. You
Bag of
just saw,
holding, yeah.
Yeah, a little vibrate in the leather sack.
No. Oh.
That's what she said.
I will druid craft a little flower blossom and leave it in Alton's hand.
Okay.
And then go join the rest of the party and hopefully tell them what I've seen.
So, make your way down. Are you guys gonna convene up at a point, or?
I am just sitting on the balcony overlooking the city that's kind of on fire and swigging from the flask.
Yep, you see multiple smokes off in the distance. Screaming in this area has subsided a little bit. It's more of barricading, as you see the Potter's house and the Jones house, old man Jenkins, his house. They all just button up and hunker down.
If I went out to the balcony or I went out to the street, is there any looting going on? Marlo, did you see any looting going on?
I'd be able to see that from the balcony, right?
And this, not in the area, you guys are in you're just outside the Penta Market. So you're in a mostly mid to upper scale residential area. It appears that everybody is hunkering down in your visual of your little neighborhood that you can see. No fires like in the area. Not in your 150 foot range.
The
sun is now hitting the horizon and casting that like red, hot pink color throughout the whole thing as just these buildings are burning down.
I'll head back up to the balcony where Connell is.
Okay.
As I'm sitting on the... Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, as I sit down, I say, this is why I never stray too far from the sea. You can see all around you.
You would kind of look, and my eyes would be kind of blank because I'd have my owl or my familiar just flying around.
If that's the case, I'm just gonna take the flask.
It's just sitting in my hand.
You feel a tug.
Well, Nemo.
Tushar is just you. If you're in the house, you hear clinking and stuff. Tushar is picking up the first floor because he doesn't really have any belongings other than whatever is on his little pack. I'm assuming my belongings haven't even showed up yet. They're
no, not yet.
Yeah,
not yet.
So
yeah, you're like next session maybe, if they can get into Zadash.
The one thing I wanted to see if I could see with my owl was the market, especially around like Pumont's area, just if there was anything going on around there.
Make a perception check.
Where's their spirit right now?
I'm just gonna say I'm chilling out on the balcony with Connell, but just kind of staring off into the distance.
The world is burning, and you guys are chilling, drinking on the balcony.
Being 18.
Okay.
Do I use mine or the familiars?
Familiars.
The familiars, right? Yeah, so it's 18.
There is some looting, but not like this isn't a rebellion.
Okay.
You do notice like a couple people just ransacking the stalls. No one's near Puma.
No shops or anything. Okay.
No shops.
That's all.
Actually, with the 18, you see as you're flying over, probably about 200 feet away, 4 Kryn soldiers walking towards this area.
Towards our area?
Towards the area towards the market where you're looking over.
Okay.
So
Where's Door Spirit?
Connell. He's with you.
Oh, I'll pop out, and as soon as Nemo takes the flask, my eyes will just come back. Oh, what did you get here?
Just a moment ago, lad. Just a moment ago.
So you wanted the drink
Yeah.
again?
I want to do more than that.
say what?
I want to do more than that.
More than that. What are you thinking?
And he will just crack his knuckles a little bit. And kind of crack his neck. I want to fuck some shit up. And I'll just take another swig of my flask.
You'll just see a grin come over Connell's face. Look over at Dorspira.
I'm just kind of staring out, not really listening.
Well, I do know that there's a couple Kryn soldiers in the market.
Are we up for that? Something like that, lad? Maybe we should let the guards handle it. I know some of us are pretty hurt.
All right, just
As much as I would like to.
settle for the drink then.
Marlo,
I'll
are
just
you-
take a seat next to him.
Okay. Are you looking to have a conversation with the whole group? Is that what you were going to attempt to do?
That was the hope, but it looks like I after checking in with Tushar and helping them pick up a few things, I noticed that there is a congregation on the balcony.
Yeah.
Do you want me to get their attention for anything, Marlo, or you just want to pick up?
I just want to know what we are doing next because I can't sleep knowing what is going on.
It is Alton just really passed out? Like if I make a little
Alton-
noise, is he gonna wake up?
I mean, if you go upstairs and shake him, you could wake him up. He is just at a point of exhaustion where doing anything is extremely difficult.
So
I would say he is indisposed.
would you like to have everyone at the table for a minute?
Of course, yeah.
You want to plug your ears for a second?
Sure.
He bellows, "Get down here!" Like dragon bellow. Hopefully everyone hears him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Everybody hears a pissed off Tushar scream out of anger. Like you don't know if it's pissed or anger or both, but it's not pleasant.
Connell would
Cut to-
immediately be on his feet.
Cut to Marlowe's hair is like blown back
You got
by the
little,
sound of it.
You got like little like crystals formed on the edges from his like just general cold nature.
I think we're being summoned, lads.
I don't like being summoned, but
Not usually
See?
a pleasant thing.
as I'll have 2 daggers in my hand as I walk down, just to be safe.
Okay.
Does that wake me, or am I still?
I mean, if you want to be woken, you can be woken. You're still in control of your character. You're just fucking hurt. You know?
I think I'm gonna sleep through it.
Okay.
I think I'm
It's, your,
super fucking tired and passed out.
it's very long to go from the third floor down to the first floor. It's a lot of steps. You know?
I'm exhausted. I'm
Yeah.
quantifiably exhausted to the point of 2 levels. If you could describe your exhaustion on levels or points in some sort of system like that, I have at least 2 of them.
Yeah.
Sure.
I forget what the second level is. I should.
You summoned us?
Me too. Like you can't even walk. You forget how to breathe or something. I don't know.
Boys, let's take a seat. Marlo's got something to say.
Next time, can we just use the lapel pins? There's no need for the yelling.
I don't even know if I got one anymore, so.
Fellas, Tushar has called you all here today. Clearly, you can tell that the city is being sacked right now.
Ah, it's not too bad.
Not from what I saw. And also, it could be a lot worse. Yes, I agree. But I think it is important to plan our next few steps here and plan them carefully. From what I saw, this doesn't seem to be, your typical looting. It seems a more militaristic attack on the city, which is strange once you consider that our house being flipped upside down seems so targeted. So
I'm just gonna look over at Nemo.
I think there's two parties involved here. The Kryn dynasty and then another party that we saw at the arena taking advantage of such attacks.
now, before we saw our house on the fire, I could have swore that one of you said you knew this someone was up to this. What were you talking about? I think it was you, Nemo.
Do we want to have this conversation after break? You want to do it now?
I don't care.
No, that's fine. You guys want to go? Go
Keep
for
going.
A day or so ago, was it Connell?
Oh yeah, about 3 days or so.
The three of us. 1, 2, 3. Looking at Dorspira.
Too sharp.
Received a message. Too sharp. Received a message of sorts. What was his name, Connell? I have no idea what he was talking about, but it seemed to be upset at
Tyrannus?
Tyrannus. Someone named
Yeah.
Tyrannus. Someone. You all upset before we met.
Marlo, you remember that... Oh, how do I put this? That blue dragonborn that, kind of ran like a bitch when we killed him. Darisk?
Yeah, I believe that asshole pushed me off the top of a tower and almost completely ruined my spine.
Yes, that's it. Well...
And I also believe he imprisoned a bunch of people like me and had no respect for any kind, let alone human.
The human trafficker.
Wait, hold on. Am I wearing his armor?
Is that the armor
Totally
from
am,
Dorspira?
Yeah, I think you are.
No. Dorspira's wearing the +1 armor. I have, or no, I am. I'm totally wearing his armor. Okay. Anyway, that's just an out of character question.
And I don't know why Nemo oddly reminds me of him.
Well, if you remember,
I don't know either.
If you check in the inside, you can still see his blood.
I apologize for my previous behavior because now I'm just realizing that I was mean to you, like tripping you into the gates of hell just for no reason. But I think it's because you're wearing this fucking armor and it somehow in the back of my subconscious, I think you're him.
That I was not wearing this armor. That was all you. Just put that out there. But that's besides the point. Anyways, I really didn't know what the hell anyone was talking about. Connell seemed to, but the days got busy, and I think we all just kind of forgot about it.
Oh yeah, had a little bit to drink.
Yeah, we were drinking with that.
He didn't seem like a real issue at the time. I mean, seemed like a not now problem.
I feel like that's on us.
Well, long story short, he's a little bit pissed we killed his people, especially his friend Darisk.
May have taken something.
And I'll just shoot Nemo a look.
What did you take?
There's no better time than when we were, against my better judgment, when we were fighting those Kryn soldiers in the swamps. May have found a shiny thing. Believe that Darisk, Tarisk, or
Darisk.
believe his people came to our abode looking for that. I think they found it.
It was
I
the
believe
cultist, wasn't it?
Yes. I believe it was him and the cultists. Sorry, my mic.
We will have to check when Alton is up if he kept that in the bag of holding.
I kept what
Now,
holding.
that item,
I know. No. That was in my bag. And it's gone.
You think these cultists, and I'll pull out the Asmodeus symbol necklace I was wearing.
Pull out that Asmodeus symbol on my fucking arm.
Yeah. Forgot about that.
I think we've made enemies with and without me, lads. But I do feel somewhat responsible for the things that happened today.
It's not all your fault. He certainly was targeting us for killing his friends. You weren't a part of that. Maybe burning the house down's your fault, but it's not too bad.
Seems no matter where I go, people get hurt.
No, don't have that problem.
So we've got these guys that are using a bad situation to take advantage of us for something, but then we've also got the overall bad situation that's threatening the city. Do we want to hang tight and figure out what we want to do, or do we want to protect the town that we just gained a stake in? Or, I mean, I'm still sort of new to you guys, but I mean, this is the first house I've had since leaving home as a kid, so kind of want to protect it a little bit.
Well, if it makes you feel better, Tushar, I was just looking around the city, and for the most part, it doesn't seem too bad. Let's calm down.
No doubt the officials here will double their efforts in fortifying the city now that an attack has taken place.
I mean, did anyone else get a visual of what's going on? I mean, I don't have that ability, so.
I'll give him a detailed description of kind of what I saw. Just everything's getting boarded up around here. The Penta Market, there's a couple stragglers, Kryn soldiers, but otherwise, not too bad. None of the storefronts or anything.
I'll add that the Righteous Brand are standing off and protecting the Tri-Spires. They've kind of locked and fortified everything up, and they're now using archers to protect themselves. I will mention that regardless of our intervention with the Kryn on the road, I feel like they were filtering this way from the Ashgar Peaks, and this could go if the city does not handle this. If the city officials do not fortify anymore, this could go the same way as the Ashgar garrison. Also, we're going to get awarded for something. I know this is not the right time to bring it up, but hey.
It's always the right time for an award. What are we getting?
You know, you lift up one city and somehow you destroy another.
This other one just happens to be my home.
Well, I wasn't there for that one. So, do we want to do anything to thwart the Kryn and inadvertently assist the city in some way?
I think if I get involved, I'll just muck it up.
Well, someone would have to stay
it's
with
not gonna
Alton,
know.
but
I know, I'm pretty set here for tonight at least. I'm not going anywhere. Just
I think we should rest regardless. Let the righteous
right.
brand handle it. It's what they're paid for.
I have control at least for now. We can always reassess in the morning.
Control of one part out of the 5.
Yeah, I'm not
I'm just
acknowledging that
making
part.
sure that you guys know what Marlowe's relaying.
yeah, Tushar is tactically putting the dots together in his head.
Mm-hmm.
What parts aren't secure, Marlowe?
I believe the lower income areas below the Tri-Spires.
Probably the Penta Market.
Yeah, so the Interstead Sprawl is on both sides of the Pentamarket. It's like right in the center of Zadash. That's where people are fleeing to their homes and locking up. Below that, which is the lower Steadways, or I obviously am so disorganized. I don't know where I put my Zadash map. They are taken over. The Kryn have a strong foot in those, including the Evening Nip is in that area.
This is what I say, lads. None of us are in any place to do anything tonight. Alton is on his near deathbed if it wasn't for Marlowe and I, but he needs his rest. We rest. And in the morning, bash some fucking Kryn skulls in. I'll just like slam my fist on the table.
Much as I would love to get a little looting in tonight, probably not up for it. So fuck the Kryn, and I'll just stab a dagger in the table.
Who's with us? There's still pieces of the city that is under their control. And I'm not leaving until the city is out of their control. They have helped cause this mess, but I'm damn well sure gonna fix it.
I find this the most noble cause that we've stumbled into as of recent, and I find myself unable at the moment to help. So yes, if we can rest and then lend our assistance, I think this is the only way to repay the city for everything that they have done for us.
I mean, being the way that I am, I could just short rest and like gather myself together and go out. But I mean, if we want to tactfully get everyone's strength back,
I think that'd be wise, lad. Might be a suicide mission going off on your own.
If you remember correctly, what happened at that last camp we met the Kryn didn't go great.
No, not at all. Let's get our rest.
We should probably keep some watch tonight, though, just to be safe.
I'll take the first watch.
I'll join you.
I'll take whenever, like, middle
We'll
of the night
next.
or, whatever.
Okay. Before we go to break, I would like to do one thing. Alton, can you make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Of course.
On his deathbed.
10.
10. While you're asleep, that image of Tyrannus, this head enters your vision, almost like a undead, sucked-in face, but still has flesh. It's not a skeleton or anything like that, but definitely less of life. This black smoke is just rippling out of his body. Tired. Arui. Noctua. Oh, this is good. I know exactly where you are now. Get your rest. You're going to need it. I am not finished with you. And he just pulls out the sword that dropped you, and you like instinctually in your dream just try to move yourself away. And at that moment, you just startle yourself awake. You know, grabbing the wounds. You can see a couple of them just blood starts leaking out of it, like you twisted open a scab a little bit. That visage. And let's go to break right there. I need to go to the bathroom. So we'll be back.
Also, if you like and subscribe, you can join us during halftime.
Hey.
Yeah,
Fun
during the
fact.
bathroom.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Slurp, slurp.
And we are Coming up. Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome back. All right, so you guys decide to hunker down, get some rest, and plan in the morning. Insert. Who was taking the first rest?
I think Connell
Me
and
and-
Brightbeard.
Yeah, and where are you going to?
I think the balcony makes the most sense.
Yeah, I
There's-
think between our two balconies, we could kind of see the whole thing, right?
Yeah, and you got the fourth floor, which has
Oh,
a balcony that looks down and north towards the dry spire.
let's do the balcony or the fourth floor.
Yeah, let's go up there.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Now from this, and it's dark, you can see probably 20 fires just burning amongst the whole city. You are one of the taller buildings in this, you know. There could be more. Zadash is fucking huge, you know. Go ahead and roll me perception checks, please.
19.
19.
21.
21. Okay. Is there anything you guys want to RP out, or are you just want to go through these? I mean,
I assume we'll kind of be passing the flask a little bit, and
Connell, you said you're from here, right?
well, not born here, but raised here. Yeah.
Any remaining family you might be
Fortunate-
worried about?
Fortunately, not here.
Here or not anywhere?
Not that I know of.
I know the feeling, lad. I know the feeling, lad.
I been a rough go for a couple years, just me, but I've managed.
I can see that.
What about you?
Mother, how old? No, not for a long time. My parents have been dead for a long time. I'm originally from Taldore. Sailed here at a young age.
You'll see a little interest in his face when you say that. Well, I know at least my dad's dead. Saw that one.
And your mother?
Oh, for what I know, not around.
Any kids you don't know about?
Just give it a chuckle. Not that I've met, at least.
the rest of your watch goes. It's uneasy as much as you want to play it off. Seeing the city burn, knowing that you can't loot it or do anything about it is not as exciting as you would like. But your watch, you don't see anything. No one comes down the streets. It's very oddly quiet.
And you'd see Connell, you know, he'd be making jokes and stuff, but you could see there's definitely worry in his face about this city.
Don't worry, lad. We'll get them out of here.
Oh, we'll get him out, but maybe we'll get a few things in return.
Aye, perhaps.
We are still owed that gold. We won that tournament.
Aye, you're not wrong.
Your rest comes
Priorities.
as your rest comes to a conclusion. Who is taking second watch?
I will wake up Marlowe and Dorspira. Not Marlowe and Dorspira. Marlowe and Tushar.
Tushar.
Okay.
I'll wake up Tushar and just kind of kick him in the side for yelling at us earlier.
Oh,
Marlowe, it's time to wake up, lass.
He wanted the middle watch.
Time to wake up.
feel like I barely slept.
That's
Silas. I could keep going if you need more rest.
No, I got it.
I just
I
give
will.
a quick punch to Connell on the arm that I bruised earlier.
Oh,
Yeah, like
oh, you know it's still sore.
it hurts.
Brightbeard's gonna head into Alton's room and
Yep.
find a chair to sit in and just kind of
Okay.
try to sleep in there,
All right.
kind of watching over Alton.
Times looks painful. You know, as he shifts in bed, you can see him just grimace. But where are you guys taking a watch? Marlo and Tushar?
Marlo will saunter up to Tushar and say, "Hey, big fella, don't take this as an insult or anything, but I think I just need to take watch outside and be by myself for a little bit."
Okay, I mean, I was thinking of sitting on the roof, but
Well, okay. Well, I was going to sit on the roof, but if you were coming to the roof too, then I'm not going to say no. I just am. I'm going. I feel very owly, so I'm feeling the owl thing right now. It's kind of my thing. I'm feeling it, and I don't know. I'm very anxious, so I want to be able to,
so
turn my head all different ways and, be able
I'm
to keep watch. It's very important that we keep watch right now.
I'm gonna chill out and just hold my hammer on the roof and observe.
If you hold it in the cool way, I'll perch on top of it, and then Marlo will use her last wild shape for this day, and turn into a smaller owl, not the giant owl.
Okay. Both of you go ahead and roll perception checks.
I'm rolling that at advantage. Twelve and 11. 12 plus. Oh, it's the owl's perception.
16.
16?
12 plus 9 is a 21.
21. Okay. Tushar. You're like sitting there with a hammer, just rotating it in your hand. Every couple turns, you feel that cold tingle that rips through it. Gives you a little bit of comfort, you don't notice anything outside of fires burning. This area is pretty locked down. Marlo, where are you scanning? Are you just doing the neighborhood, around your building?
I assume that every so often I will do swoops around the neighborhood, but for the most part, I'm perching on the hammer of, I'm assuming, Tushar as he's holding it, or
Or you
he's
can
holding
sit on
it.
the horns if you want.
Yeah, anywhere where he is kind of welcomed me. But yeah, every so often I will do flybys around the neighborhood.
Get a little out one time, and you can hear shouting, screaming, probably dozen blocks away. Nothing that you can make out unless you get closer, but
I feel like hearing horrible things happen and not doing anything about it is going to cause Marlo like psychic damage. So I'm can I roll like a 1d4 or something?
I mean, yeah. You
It doesn't matter, but Marlo takes 3 psychic damage from hearing like these horrors all night and just not
can
doing
check 'em
anything
out
about
if
it.
If you want to go investigate them more in your form, you're more than welcome to. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, brother.
Well, is there one that's, is a guttural scream that catches my attention?
Yeah,
You know,
I would say with a 21 getting outside of your area, you definitely hear.
I will check it a little bit closer.
Okay, as you fly down in, what you see, you like perch up on a tree that's about 30 feet, and you look in the direction, and you can see 2 Kryn Dynasty soldiers just dragging 2 adult bodies out of this house and shoving them in a pile that they have in the center of the road. And a little kid is what you notice. That scream is, you can see in like the 2nd story window, just you lock eyes for that half a second, and the tears running down her face and the screaming. And you also see coming from the far side a half dozen of these giant spiders. And as you take the rest of it in, both of you notice at this time that cloud that when you were on the Zorha side of the Ash Keepers, that perpetual gray, is starting to break, and you can see like half of the night sky is deep clouds, and the other half you can see some scars, almost like a jet stream is pushing a storm. But this is definitely not natural weather.
I will when I return from my kind of watch there, I will just like shake when I come back when I land.
There is nothing else. Your shift goes well. Who is taking last shift?
I will in owl form, I will fly down to Dorspira. Unless I didn't hear him say he took off his armor. I'm assuming he is sleeping in it.
I'm always in it.
Sleeping in your armor gives you disadvantage like every day. It's like one of
We're
those
fine. No, I would take
Gives
it
you
off.
exhaustion.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah.
Well, I will pick up a heavy glove or something, like a gauntlet that's heavy, and I will drop it on him. Like right on his, not on his head, just like right on his stomach, right on the diaphragm.
Like not
And then-
fully asleep, because I'm never fully asleep other than like the first 4 hours, because elf shit. So
Yeah.
I'm just more like, what the fuck?
And I will land on the gauntlet and like look at him and
I'll
peck one.
pet her under the right here.
And now Kith.
No. And I will then fly up a little bit off to the side and then revert form.
Okay.
Say, get up, you bastard. It's time for your watch. I'm tired. I've watched these soldiers fucking rip kids from their homes all night. I can't deal with this.
Was Connell a part of the ripping the kids apart?
No. I mean, there was no father to stab, so... Seems like the Kryn already got to that part.
Oh, shit. I just gotta laugh and I'll go take my watch on our balcony.
Okay.
Before he leaves, I'm going to make a note to him about, the 2 Kryn and a bunch of spiders I noted in the area and some of the unnatural weather breaking up.
As you begin your watch, you can see the blessing of the Moonweaver just start to get lost to the clouds that are coming in. I'm trying to glow through them, but eventually it's completely blacked out. Roll a perception check.
Solid 7. I'm doing hot
Yeah.
today so far in these rolls. So
Just get lost. Lonely. Fall asleep at one point. Just like completely just maybe not asleep, but like daydream. Just get lost in a thought for a second. When you come out of it, put your back to the wall as you look over your balcony, and you can see 2 soldiers, Kryn Dynasty, walking down the alleyway from your right to left, and like half dozen of these giant spiders, and then a couple more on the backside.
are they looking up at the house?
Yeah, they're you can see them. Their heads are on a swivel.
Fuck, I'm gonna try and subtly drop to where they can't see me over the side
Just
of the
lay down?
balcony. Yeah.
See, I mean, you're up in a way.
Yeah.
If you want to just like lay down,
Yeah.
you can do that. I'm not gonna fucking penalize you for one of the easiest moves.
Roll to lay down.
I mean,
Yeah.
knowing me, this should be a roll, but that's fine.
No.
Knowing you,
Yeah.
please don't make a roll.
Come on, it's all about the fun. If I fuck up, then it makes the game fun.
So roll me a stealth check.
Oh boy, here we go. I get disadvantage because I am. Wow,
Big boy.
This is really gonna piss a lot of you off. I rolled an 18 and a 1.
So you want
About average, actually.
Yeah,
It all works out. You rolled a 10,
Yep.
a 9.5.
Yep.
It's like you try to like spin out of your chair, it goes scratching on the wood, and then you just drop to the floor, and it's not like a drop, it's like just a knee slam. Connell, you actually like come to and you hear that house. Check that house. Check that house now. Send the spiders up.
As soon as I hear that into the brooch pins, we got company.
And that's where we're gonna pick up next session, because I'm not getting into combat right now. So, yeah, who has a brooch pin?
I don't.
I
You
do.
know, Brightbeard does.
I do not.
Does
I think
not.
me and Tushar don't.
Yeah.
I thought they
No.
gave one to Tushar. They gave one.
We
Oh, you
gave
did?
one
Okay.
to Tushar. We gave Quinn's to Tushar.
That's right.
I think I put it in my ear like an earring. 'Cause I don't have like a shirt.
So,
I think that sounds familiar.
Good enough.
you guys have the scene set. We'll pick up there in 2 Thursdays. What's that, day before Christmas or Christmas Eve? Or wait, no, that's the week.
Christmas
No.
is Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm
Yeah.
thinking Thursdays. We're
So
good.
Tuesday
We're good. We're good.
after
We're good.
Christmas.
It would be the 28th.
Christmas is next week, guys.
Holy
Wait, is
Oh,
it?
shit, it is, yeah.
Schnikey.
Saturday.
Hold on.
I feel
Yes.
so
Dude.
underprepared because my wife has been buying
Damn.
Christmas presents since April. So,
Same.
I'm still
Same.
ordering them right now.
yeah, I haven't even
Same.
done my shopping. I do it like the last week.
I'm all done, baby. For the first time ever.
I don't think we have anything going on this weekend. We're not playing catch, and I'm committing to my Saturdays off in December because
Yeah.
I need to be doing family
Think a-
stuff, and
I think a Saturday off before Christmas will do us good.
yeah, definitely.
Holidays.
The greatest gift Christmas can give is mental health.
Yeah.
I'll take
So-
2, please.
With that being said, we'll
Two
see you next
Christmases.
Christmases.
Yeah, I'm sorry. 2 Christmases. It was a joke. It was
Yeah.
a joke. Tim said he'll take 2. I was like, yeah, 2 Christmases.
I'll take that
Anyway.
too.
I like Christmas. So, all right, we love you, and I'm signing off.
Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Oh, see, look at we've been doing this for like a year and a half. And I
Top
still
notch.
forget. I know.
Top notch.
It's so bad. All right. Hey, I got the
Hey,
vocals on the
we
second
did
half of
it
the
in.
session this week, so that's a win. All right.
Take the W's when you can get them.
Yeah.